Hello YouTubers. This angle make it look like a big tree. I don't know what size it is. This is one of the trees you guys suffered through all the log load, and this was the second piece of that tree that came out of the road. So this is road oak. Guy told me that's what kind of oak this is. I'm not really quite sure what it is. It is a in the woods tree, but it's got a lot of gnarliness on it, and this was up quite high, so these are limbs that broke off. Maybe the county came by early on and cut some of those off. I have no idea. I did a movie video, whatever, I don't know, month and a half ago, about why I don't like sawing wood for the public, and here's a good example. I want more out of this than's there, especially now that I have this. And so I might not get, I don't know what I'm going to get out of it right now, and I don't know where I'm at in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut four sides on it to make it flat, so I have something I can measure off with and know what's going on, because you really don't know what you got until you have it squared off so you can measure off something and see how it saws. I just don't know what kind of wood it is. I'm kind of favoring pin oak, but it's got lumps and knots all over it. Not big enough that I have to worry about it, I don't think. We're going to find out. This one here is probably the deepest one, so I got that cut off, and then the one down there cut off first. Anyhow, what I want out of it is 4x4s. Okay, I need, let me get my ruler. I need some 4x4s. So if I get a 12-inch or 12 3/4 inch square out of this, or 12.5-inch square out of it, you know, you're sitting there, that's 17 that way, and that's 17 that way. If you can get a 12-inch square, but then this got into it, and it's going to really botch me out, because that only takes it over to 12. So, you know, if I put it on the square this way, I get the most of that deflection out of it. I might cut the length of the boards I need down, but you can see, can you see the fracture in it right down here? So I know the fracture goes into at least a foot, and this is only I think it's 8.6, maybe 9 foot long. I forget what I cut it at. I think it was 8.6. I really was going to just make it into firewood, but I came up with a use for it, so I need some oak 4x4s. So I'm going to put you in the saw, or put you in the, I can't think what I'm thinking, tripod. Most of my saw stuff is starting to load up. Like I said, I'm loading up for that show. This is just a quick one. I'm going to put it on tonight with the other one of all the list of things I got to do, which I forgot to mention. With all this rain and now sun, I got a ton of grass to mow. I'm still mowing probably twice a week. Not quite twice a week, about every 5 or 6 days, and it's gotten up in the front. So I got to add that to the list, because if you get it too high, then you're making hay and it just kills all the grass that comes over, kills. So that's another big thing on the list. So I'm just going to take 4 slices off this, unless something really hits my buy button on it, and then think about it, and then I got to load the rest of the stuff up for that show. And there should be some good sawmilling in that show, so stay tuned. We set the sawmill up. We will be setting the sawmill up tomorrow. Is Thursday, so we'll be setting it up at Carroll County Ag Center. Come up and watch us. We'll be sawing, and you'll get the history of sawing watermelons there. The guy that I think originally started sawing watermelons probably 20 years ago. So we'll be at 2 o'clock. We saw watermelons up at that place, and we've been doing it for years and years and years and years. We saw watermelons, or those guys saw watermelons at a lot of them. So anyhow, let me get into this and see what I'm getting into. I just want 4 flat sides on it so I can kind of see where I'm going. So normally I take thicker slabs. I'll probably be taking thinner slabs, because if you want more out of the wood, you can't take heavy slabs. So anyhow, watch and whatever. I'm putting this one on tonight, and I hope it not to be too long. goofy sawing. And I still don't know what I want out of it. I think the blade heated up a little bit. I had that piece of slab wood or bark. This piece here, I didn't like the way I cut too far off the back side, and so I wanted to trim down the other side to make it more even. That's trouble with little logs. Little logs are harder to try to get stuff out of than big logs. So, nah, it's not. If that blade gets warm at all, you shut her down. You can't saw a warm blade. Anyhow, we'll go over and look at that log. I got no idea how I'm going to attack it. But it looks, from here, there's a smiley face in it. I don't know if you guys can see that. We'll get over a little closer. This log is smiling at me, man. That's funny. You look at it, okay? This log is just smiling at me. Here's its hairline, here's an eye, here's an eye, here's a nose, and see the smile? That log is just smiling at me. I might have to change this from a road oak to a log is smiling at me. I'll be darned. Here's got a little curl in his hair too. Anyhow, I did a double taper, so I tapered and then flipped it 180 and tapered it to try to get a better flat on this side. I cut just too much of this off on the first go round, but it really doesn't make any difference because this is nasty. Now I want 4x4s out of this thing. Where are you going to get them? You're not going to get them in here. I mean, I want clean 4x4s because you got a sawmill. You can have clean 4x4s, and if it doesn't want to cooperate, it becomes firewood. I got a knot here, a knot here. Nothing laughing at me at the back. I'm going in the back side. That looks pretty clear there. I think I might take a 4-inch slab off of the opposite side here. I can't see what you're seeing because I just got the camera. There's some crap up there. I might just make it something else. I might flip it and take a 4-inch slab off the other side. That's probably what I ought to do. Well, I could take a 4-inch slab off this side. If I take a 4-inch slab here and a 4-inch slab here, you're just going to waste some wood no matter what you get into it. When you're trying to get something out of it that it ain't there, and it's one of those things where you're spending more time thinking about it than doing it. So I'm gonna think about it. I just like to smile. Hairline. That log is just laughing at me. It's just smiling at me. I'm gonna knock that smile off that log. There ain't no good way to get nothing out of this log, because once you get it, because you got knots in it down there. Kind of like I said to begin with, I thought this was a fireplace wood, and I'm starting to look more at like it might be a fireplace wood. So that's long enough for this. I don't even know if I want to photograph what I'm sawing, because I guess I will, because I don't know what I'm getting into. I think I'll take I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna have to come down and clean this up. So if I take a 4-inch slab off here, I'll be into that cleanup, and then come down and clean that up. Maybe I can get a couple 4x4s out of here. I think I'll flip it 180. I'll do that off camera, then graze it and take 4 inches off of it, and go at it from there. Or I could just leave it where it's at and feed it into 4 inches. No, that leaves too much hanging off. Then you're going to get clobbered. Ah, Lordy. You thought it was easy running a sawmill, getting what you want out of it. But it's just like people bring you logs. You can't get out of something that ain't there. Trying to figure it to get something there. Sometimes just chews you up in time, but whew, the rainstorm hadn't come in yet. Over and out. Oh, I forgot. Do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe if you'd like to see more of this totally out of control nonsense. See another log smiling at me. Hit the like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, and if you didn't like it, which this is kind of a shaky one, but it kind of shows you really what you get into, send it to somebody you don't like. So over and out for this one. I think I'm gonna do another one back up to this one, and then I got to get packing for the show. So we'll see you later. Bye bye.